In every story, from ancient myths to modern science, one fruit keeps returning, the apple. Simple yet powerful, it's the symbol of knowledge, temptation, and renewal. From the mountains of Central Asia to every corner of the world, the apple's journey is one of nature's greatest success stories. Apple, Malus domestica. The apple, Malus domestica, is a domesticated tree fruit of the rose family, Rosaceae, produced by an apple tree, Malus. Apples are one of the most widely grown tree fruits in the world. The tree originated in Central Asia, where its wild ancestor, Malus sibirsi, is still found today. Apples have been grown for thousands of years in Eurasia before they were introduced to North America by European colonists. Etymology. The word apple is derived from Old English epel, meaning fruit, not specifically the apple. That in turn is descended from the Proto-Germanic noun *plas, descended in turn from Proto-Indo-European h2avel. As late as the 17th century, the word also functioned as a generic term for all fruit, including nuts. Description. The apple tree is deciduous, generally standing from 2 to 4.5 meters, 6 to 15 feet, tall in cultivation and up to 15 meters, 49 feet, in the wild, though more typically 2 to 10 meters, 6.5 to 33 feet. When cultivated, the size, shape and branch density are determined by rootstock selection and trimming method. Apple trees may naturally have a rounded to erect crown with a dense canopy of leaves. The bark of the trunk is dark gray or gray-brown, but young branches are reddish or dark brown with a smooth texture. Young twigs are covered in fine downy hairs, they become hairless when older. Blossoms are produced in spring simultaneously with the budding of the leaves and are produced on spurs and some long shoots. When the flower buds first begin to open, the petals are rose pink and fade to white or light pink when fully open, with each flower 3 to 4 cm, 1 to -1.5 inch, in diameter. The 5-petaled flowers are grouped in an inflorescence consisting of a cyme with 3 to 7 flowers. The central flower of the inflorescence is called the kingbloom. It opens first and can develop a larger fruit. Open apple blossoms are damaged by even brief exposures to temperatures -2 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees Fahrenheit, or less, although the overwintering wood and buds are hardy down to -40 degrees Celsius, -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Fruit. The fruit is a pome that matures in late summer or autumn. The true fruits or carpels are the harder interior chambers inside the apple's core. There are usually 5 carpels inside an apple, but there may be as few as 3. Each of the chambers contains 1 or 2 seeds. The edible flesh is formed from the receptacle at the base of the flower. Apples grown from seeds tend to be very different from those of their parents, and the resultant fruit frequently lacks desired characteristics. For commercial purposes, including botanical evaluation, apple cultivars are propagated by clonal grafting onto rootstocks. Apple trees grown without rootstocks tend to be larger and much slower to fruit after planting. Rootstocks are used to control the speed of growth and the size of the resulting tree, allowing for easier harvesting. There are more than 7,500 cultivars of apples. Different cultivars are bred for various tastes and uses, including cooking, eating raw, and cider or apple juice production. Trees and fruit are prone to fungal, bacterial, and pest problems, which can be controlled by a number of organic and non-organic means. In 2010, the fruit's genome was sequenced as part of research on disease control and selective breeding in apple production. Because apples are not true breeders when planted as seeds, propagation usually involves grafting of cuttings. The rootstock used for the bottom of the graft can be selected to produce trees of a large variety of sizes, as well as changing the winter hardiness, insect and disease resistance, and soil preference of the resulting tree. Most new apple cultivars originate as seedlings, which either arise by chance or are bred by deliberately crossing cultivars with promising characteristics. Apples can also form bud sports, mutations on a single branch. Some bud sports turn out to be improved strains of the parent cultivar. Some differ sufficiently from the parent tree to be considered new cultivars. Though the forbidden fruit of Eden in the book of Genesis is not identified, popular Christian tradition has held that it was an apple that Eve coaxed Adam to share with her. The origin of the popular identification with a fruit unknown in the Middle East in biblical times is found in wordplay with the Latin words malum, an apple, and malum, an evil, each of which is normally written malum. The tree of the forbidden fruit is called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in Genesis chapter 2 verse 17, and the Latin for good and evil is bonum malum. Renaissance painters may also have been influenced by the story of the golden apples in the Garden of Hesperides. As a result, the apple became a symbol for knowledge, immortality, temptation, the fall of man into sin, and sin itself. The larynx in the human throat has been called the Adam's apple because of a notion that it was caused by the forbidden fruit remaining in the throat of Adam. Proverb. The proverb, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," addressing the supposed health benefits of the fruit, has been traced to 19th century Wales, where the original phrase was, "Eat an apple on going to bed, and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread." In the 19th century and early 20th, the phrase evolved to, an apple a day, no doctor to pay, and an apple a day sends the doctor away. The phrasing now commonly used was first recorded in 1922.